Well, does this look like mass confusion or a major mess or what? It sure looks it to me, but I actually function okay this way. A lot of people have to have everything, neat and orderly. I've never really been like that my whole life, so I just do what I need to do and hope for the best and hope I don't lose anything. But I figured I'd give you an update here on where I'm at with some projects. I got two bodies just about ready for paint here. First is the Henry J. I made a little wing off the back, or spoiler off the back, and if you remember, I did chop the top slightly, just the front and sides. Like I left the back, I didn't cut the back, I just took a little section out and just bent it down. And the front, if you remember, I took a little bit of a pie cut out of here to droop the nose, and then I made the spoiler there. So it's almost ready for paint. I got an idea on color. I think I'm going to start with a silver base and kind of work from there, and it'll probably be a surprise to all you guys and myself because I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. But here's the chassis for it. It's coming along. Got a little bit more to do. Got to get the front wheels on. It's pretty basic. I'm not proud of anything on it. It's just a shelf model and not a lot of detail, not a lot of real nice fit and finish. The main objective on this is just the overall visual look of the body modifications and paint and just the way it sits. So hopefully it'll come out nice. Not sure. And the Oldsmobile number 2 Oldsmobile Calais is, move that out of the way, is moving along here on the chassis, and the motor back here. I'm to the point where I need to put carburetor linkage on the carburetors before I mount them, and I just can't get into that. I've only done it once, and it was on the last Olds Calais, and I probably wouldn't bother, but I want to try to do as much detail on this one as I did on the last one. I got the doors to fit pretty good. There's the body back there. Doors are over here in primer. The front end is in primer. I did the modifications on that I wanted to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. And I did start another one, and maybe you can tell by looking at this pan here, but it's a Willys, and you might have seen the hood, so if you know your Willys, it's a 37, 38. But it's not just a coupe, it's a sedan, or was a sedan, that I'm converting to a sedan delivery. So I filled the side windows in here, took off the drip rail. I rescribed the line for the door because this being a sedan, it just had a trunk, so there was a line here. So I filled that and scribed the top line. I'm not going to cut the door out, but this makes it look like it's a rear door. And the body was a little bit warped, and I hadn't realized it at the time when I started fitting the floor pan. So I had to do more fitting on the floor pan, but after I straightened up the body. But it's pretty good now. I did add, this front fender was just a little bit cut up on an angle. It seemed like it wasn't straight across like the other side. So I did add a little bit of material here and try to match it up. And I put some plastic pieces and some putty inside, even though you're never going to see that. I just wanted to kind of dress it up a little bit where the windows used to be. I'm not going to do any finish work or anything, but because like I said, you're never going to see it, I don't think. I'm trying to look in the window. I guess on the right angle you probably could, so maybe I'll do a little bit of finishing off on it. But I've got a color picked out on this too, but I'm just not quite ready to paint yet. I don't like to paint the bodies too soon because I do a lot of test fit, and So I'm going to hold off a little bit. And I just today decided on what I'm going to put in for an engine, and I believe it's going to be this small block Mopar. Can't really tell much from it, just a bunch of resin pieces here, but it's like a 340, 360, 318, whatever you want to call it. They all look the same. But I don't use that particular engine too often, and I wanted something a little bit different, so I think that's what I'm going to use. And you know, the hood will be on. Nobody's ever going to see it anyway, really. And then I had a comment from Al Gray. He had the idea of me to show some of my older cars, and I think when I first started the channel I may have showed all of them, and I may not, I'm not sure, but a lot of people weren't subscribed, who are subscribed now, weren't subscribed back then, so it's just something else to add a little bit of content. You know, I'll go over some of the older cars. So I'm going to start with the oldest one I have, and there it is. And I built this, I'm going to say early 90s, like 91, 92, possibly 93, but I'm thinking it was before 93. I'm not sure when. I used the Revell Pro Sportsman decals and chassis, and I'm not sure what year that kit came out, but I'm thinking it was late 80s, early 90s. I can't believe this thing survived like it did. I mean, I moved a couple places, moved halfway around the world, and I still have it. And one of these days I'm going to probably do a like a makeover and repaint the body. Don't know that I'll do anything with the chassis. I don't want to tear it all apart and try to strip everything. But you can tell by the color, you know, how pretty much when it was built and when pink would have been a popular color. And I did use the AMC. I don't remember if it was. I don't think it was the whole AMC engine. I think I just put AMC heads and valve covers, and yeah, not even the intake. I think that's the kit intake from the Pro Sportsman chassis or car. Yeah, I think I used everything but the heads and the valve covers. And I didn't bother with stripping the wheels and using Alclad or anything. This is just pretty much, like I said, my early day. Well, I can't even say early days, but early days of my second modeling career, you know, from the time I was a kid and then stopped and then started again. But it's okay. I mean, I'm happy with it because it's so old, because it survived, you know, just that I had it that long. Because I don't have any of my other old ones, really. I mean, even my recent things within the last 5 years, I've sold off on eBay. This one, I don't know, for some reason I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. I guess I should have mentioned the obvious. Probably a lot of people know, but it's a Rambler body. It's a Johan 65 or 66 Rambler American. And they're kind of hard to find. They're neat. It really looks like a Nova almost, like a early 60s, mid 60s Nova, along the same lines. But I just dug it out and gave it a little bit of a quick dust off, so I can make this video. So that's it for now, and I'm not going to do like people do Throwback Thursday or whatever, where they have a certain day they show the old ones. I'm not going to do that. Just whenever I feel like making a video, I'll dig out some of my other cars and, you know, put them into it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.